As a longtime fan of the Mana series, I've been itching to get my hands on Visions of Mana. After nearly 2 decades without a mainline entry, does this new installment live up to the hype? Let's dive in and find out. From the moment I stepped into the world of Visions of Mana, I was struck by its vibrant, storybook-like visuals. The art style is a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern aesthetics. Lush jungles, snowy tundras, and seaside villages pop with color and detail. It's like stepping into a childhood fantasy come to life. But it's not just eye candy. The environments are begging to be explored. I found myself constantly veering off the main path, hunting for hidden chests and collectibles. It's a world that rewards curiosity, and I loved every minute of it. The soundtrack deserves a special mention too. It perfectly captures the magical essence of the Mana series, with tunes that'll stick in your head long after you've put down the controller. The combat system in Visions of Mana is where things really start to shine. It's fast-paced and action-packed, feeling like a natural evolution of the series' roots. But don't let the flashy moves fool you, there's a surprising amount of depth here. The class system is the star of the show. Each character can swap between different elemental classes, completely changing their playstyle. It's like having a whole new party at your fingertips. I spent hours tinkering with different combinations, trying to find the perfect synergy for tough boss fights. Speaking of bosses, they're a real highlight. Each one feels unique, with mechanics that'll keep you on your toes. I found myself grinning ear to ear after taking down particularly challenging foes. It's that perfect blend of satisfaction and relief that only a well-designed boss fight can deliver. The story in Visions of Mana is a bit of a mixed bag. The first half is refreshingly straightforward. We follow Val, our cheerful protagonist, as he escorts a group of Ahms on their pilgrimage to the Mana Tree. It's a simple premise, but it works. The characters are likable enough, each with their own quirks and backstories. I particularly enjoyed Karina's sassy attitude and inexplicable Texan accent. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does. However, the second half of the game is where things start to drag. The pacing slows to a crawl, and the plot becomes bogged down in unnecessary complications. It's like the writers suddenly remembered they were making a JRPG and decided to cram in all the tropes they could. While Visions of Mana gets a lot right, it's not without its flaws. The most glaring issues are technical. I encountered some frame rate drops and visual bugs, even while playing on performance mode on PS5. It's not game-breaking, but it does break the immersion. The difficulty curve is also a bit wonky. Most of the game is on the easier side, but some late-game bosses spike in difficulty. It can feel a bit jarring if you haven't been engaging with all the game's systems. Despite its flaws, Visions of Mana is a solid return for the series. It successfully modernizes the Mana formula while retaining the charm that made the original so beloved. The combat system and class mechanics are a joy to experiment with, and the world is a delight to explore. Is it perfect? No. But it's a step in the right direction. For fans of the series, it's a must-play. For newcomers, it's a great entry point into the world of Mana. Visions of Mana might not reach the lofty heights of classics like Secret of Mana, but it's a fun, engaging adventure in its own right. And really, after such a long wait, isn't that enough? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your comments. And check my other reviews and guides at expertgamereviews.com.